Alright, we're at the Bass Pro Shops in Tampa. We're going to come in here and see if we can find Waynette a pair of snake bite boots to wear hiking and stuff. Just getting a view of it from back here. Then we're going to pull over there and pour it. So this is the Bass Pro Shops and their restaurant, the Ala Morada Fish Restaurant. Alright, so we're going to pull over and park and go in. Alright, here we are, we're fixing to go in. Well, we went in Bass Pro Shops here and looking for Waynette a pair of snake bite boots, because we got to find her something that's comfortable to walk in, to do a lot of walking in. So she tried on all the ones they had in her size or close to her size. So we're gonna have to, she found some that were comfortable, but they were a little too big. So we may look online and see if we can order them online in a smaller size that'll fit her, because she liked them. Alright, so I'm just making a couple videos here. I'm going to show you, I found a pair of boots here too, snake bite boots to replace mine. And I'll show you, I got a short video here where I was fixing them up a little bit because one of the soles had come off before. So I'll show you this here real quick too. Alright, so here's some of the pictures from inside Bass Pro Shops. Some of the ones that I've took before and a couple from today. Alright, so we left Bass Pro Shops and we looked up a Red Wing shoe dealer around here. So we're in Brandon right now. So this is the Red Wing store in Brandon. Because some of the boots we looked at Bass Pro Shops, they said made by Red Wing. So we come over here and they actually had a pair that fits Waynette, so we got them. Snake bite boots from the Red Wing dealership. So they had a pair here at the store, so we got them. Alright, so we just ran into Firehouse Subs and got something to eat since we were right here by the Red Wing. We actually moved the truck because we were going to leave the parking lot and go look for something to eat when we seen the Firehouse Subs signs, and that sounded good to us. Alright, so now we're headed home. Last year I was wearing these quite a bit hiking, and I got to noticing one of them, the tread was coming off, the whole bottom part was coming off. The front and the back was coming loose here, the black part here at the bottom. So actually last year I cleaned them up and I took some Gorilla Glue and went around, I actually put it down in there and glued them back. And then once that dried, I went around it good, around the edges. And I just noticed that some of them were cracking again. Just a little bit around there, the Gorilla Glue was cracking loose. So I cleaned them up a little bit and resealed them again with the Gorilla Glue, just to make them last a while longer, because they're not in bad shape. They still got real good tread on them. They're a little dirty from the last time I was out still, but they still got really good tread on them. And these are Rocky boots. They're really comfortable. They're light and they're comfortable. And also, since they're a couple years old, I went ahead and sprayed them down a little bit with some of the Scotch Guard just to help keep them waterproof. Because the Gore-Tex, these are made from Gore-Tex, which is a waterproof material. So they're snake bite proof, and they're also waterproof. In some of my past videos, I'll show where I'm wearing these out hiking, and you can see me walking in water. But I went ahead and sprayed them down a little bit here with this just to help make sure they're waterproof since they're getting older. And they'll last a little while longer since I put the Gorilla Glue around them. I just went around and touched it up some more. So I got a few places where it's running off. I just redid a little bit more, and it's still a little bit wet. But the Gorilla Glue works really good. I just take and wet it a little bit with like a paper towel and just some water, and then put that Gorilla Glue on it. You're supposed to wet it so it bonds it better. But that'll help make these last for a little while longer, probably on through this season, and then I'll pick up some more. These Rocky boots are really light though. I've got an older pair that I wore for years. I still got them, but it was time to retire them and get some more here. Okay, we found some boots for Waynette. We found them at the Red Wing store, the Red Wing boot store in Brandon. So I'll show you here what we got her. Alright, so here's the boots we got Waynette. These are made by Red Wing. We got these at the Red Wing store in Brandon, the Red Wing boot store. So she tried these on and walked around, put them both on and walked around in them some. To make sure that they're going to be good. We wanted to make sure that they were going to be comfortable and she can do a lot of walking in them. Because this style here, a boot is a lot like a hiking boot. But these are waterproof and they're snake bite proof. Okay, and I did pick up some more boots for me, some more snake bite boots at the Bass Pro Shops. And I'll show you here what I got, because the ones I had were coming apart. And I've been fixing them. I've actually had them for 5 or 6 years, somewhere around there. And I've already been fixing them a couple of times. So I'll show you here what I got. And then here's the ones I got. I got these at Bass Pro Shop. These are Redhead. These are the Bass Pro Shop brand RCT snake boot. And these have a zip up too. You can leave these tied and unzip them and zip them back up. Hers don't have that on the hers, but we had to get some that was comfortable for her. So these are the same thing. These are a lot like a hiking boot. So they're going to be more comfortable for walking. And then these are also waterproof and snake bite proof. So these replaced mine that I've been wearing and been having to fix a couple times because the bottom sole was coming off of one of them. I was afraid I would get out there here soon and the bottom sole would come off again, come off completely, and leave me out there without a boot. So I picked this up too while I was at Bass Pro Shops. We looked around a little bit. So here's I've been doing a lot of so when I get out there hiking or hunting, either one, I'm always watching for tracks and seeing what animals are out there and looking for fresh tracks. So I talk about that in some of my videos when I'm out there hiking. So I bought this here too to help me keep learning more about the tracks and tracking, because I've been working on my tracking skills a lot when I'm out there hiking. So this looks like it's going to be pretty cool. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Like this is the blue heron. We see them a lot when we're fishing. And it's got stuff about snakes. which is another thing here too. I like wearing the snake bite boots. That way you can walk around out there and not have to worry about snakes. Even though there's only been a couple of times that I've been out hunting or hiking that we've seen snakes or had a close call. Last year I didn't get it on video because I was just starting to film my hiking and stuff. But me and Waynette were hiking, and I looked down and saw a water moccasin, and I saw it before it could see us. So I was able to get it. I was able to push Waynette on out of the way, away from it, and keep moving away from it. And then there was another time where I was hunting, and I was wading up in a swamp. I was wading about a foot deep of water, and I actually had a water moccasin come towards me and follow me for a little ways, trying to tell what I was. I guess trying to figure out what I was. And I just kept walking away from it until it stopped following me. Because I could have shot it, but I didn't want to. I actually had my hunting revolver and a rifle, but I didn't want to shoot if I didn't have to. So I just kept walking away from it until it stopped following me. And then I did have another time where I was hunting with some friends, and I was following one of them through a trail of thick grass. It was really thick grass, and we had a rattlesnake right beside us start rattling, and we couldn't exactly see him. The grass was too tall. We couldn't actually see the snake itself, but we could hear him there, and I shot into him or at him with the shotgun, and then I could see the grass moving a little bit as he moved away. So I don't know if I actually killed him or not, but I hit right in there where he was. And then I had my other buddy that same day actually stepped on one. He stepped on a rattlesnake in the trail, and luckily it was moving away from us. It was moving away from him. I was behind him. The rattlesnake was moving away, and he shot it. But that's about the most that we ever see snakes. We don't see a whole lot of snakes out there, but they are out there. So we wear these so we can feel more comfortable, and we can walk wherever we want to out there and not have to worry about it. Because we do some of our hiking off trail. Here's my old boots again. These are actually 5 or 6 years old at least. And as you can see right there, that one's coming off again. So even after re-gluing it some more. So actually this is the one that came off before. It's still holding up a little better. This is the one that was coming real loose, front and back. So it would have came off completely before long. So now that one's coming loose too. I've even had it glued back. So it wouldn't take too long before them come completely off. These are really comfortable too. These are Rocky boots. They're really comfortable. And these are also snake bite and waterproof. These are Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is waterproof. So I wore these a lot last year hiking. A little bit of hunting and some hiking. So it's time to retire them. There's some more of the turkey tracks. Here's bobcat track right here. So the bobcats don't leave the claw marks like a dog does. Those are bobcat. Here's some more bobcat tracks I just came upon. So this is bobcat. They don't leave the claw marks like a dog. It's bobcat going out there on the road. Out onto the hard road. It's been about a week now since it rained. So this the sand is pretty dry. When it's wet, it'll leave a darker mark when you hit it. So that track could be up to a week old since last time it rained. Okay. This looks like I just found a footprint. This has been rained on. So this looks like it's 8 inches long. And it's about 3.5 inches wide. This looks like about what I've been finding in the other area. So the hill's right here. And it comes out. Here's your big toe. And then the other toes come out this way. So this is what it looks like. I've actually seen it from that direction right there. So I'm gonna look around out here and see if I can see any more. That looks like a right foot. And it's about 8 inches long. About 3 1/4, 3.5 wide. That looks like a right foot. This is a little creek bed. This may be another one. Just staying in line with the one I found over there. So that would be in line with it. Of course, these have been rained on. Just rained the last couple of days. But that's 2 possible footprints. They could have walked right here. This would be in line, what would be going right here. This may be a step too. I'm trying to follow it. through here, see if I get another clear, like another clear print. And I'm trying not to step where it might have walked. Alright, I'm gonna get my gear back on and walk up in here some. Look around more. That first one definitely looked like a footprint. The second one might have been one, and maybe a third. It rained a lot the last couple days, and that definitely looked like it'd been rained on. This may be another one. This looks like a hill, and the toes would have been up in here. And just going that same direction. It's kind of hard to tell though. Just watch. See, even with me stepping right there, it's hard to tell this is even a boot print. See, you can't hardly even tell. Even where I'm stepping at, you can't hardly tell. So I'm pretty sure that's a footprint, and then I could tell a couple more going up in there. But those had been rained on. So I'm gonna move up in there closer to the river. Alright, I just put my gear back on. That looks like the footprint I've been seeing. Or that I saw first. No. For comparison, there's mine. And you can barely tell that I even stepped there. You can see it, but it's hard to tell. So there's mine for comparison. So I'm up in here close to the river where Mark Zasky had mentioned would be a good spot to look for him. And it looks like I just found some tracks there that had been rained on. So I'm fixing to head on in further into the river. I just want to scan around and show you where I'm at here. I'm up in Cypress Head, Cypress Swamp. This is actually Cypress Swamp because it goes on up into the river down there. So that way you can get a look around and see where I'm at. And this is like an old creek bed running right through here, and hog rooting. It's hog rooting over there. Old hog rooting it is. None of this is fresh. And this has all been rained on the last couple days. So I'm gonna move on up in here closer to the river. I'm seeing lots of fresh game tracks through here. And there's some boot tracks and a dog track. Somebody's walked their dog out here. And there's fresh deer and hog tracks all up through here. And I didn't show it, but back there was a drag mark where it looked like somebody drug a deer or something out. And then they must have took it across the fence. There's another game trail right here. Goes up in there by the oak trees. Comes over here and crosses this fence. There's some hair right there. That's hog hair. There's hog tracks right there. Hogs have been crossing it. So I'm gonna go ahead.